engineer and a soccer player.
Okay, then do you know what to do to get there?
I filed the NAIA, I filed the NCAA, I filed the NCAS. I filed all the things for sports. I've already got 3 engineering scholarships. I'm worth $90K in scholarships. I've done everything in my power to make my dream come true when I graduate. If he doesn't put in the effort to stop letting people control him, then I don't think that anything's gonna get anywhere.
We're talking about this guy in general? Or what?
I mean, he just said all he can think of is him overdosing, so... How about we take this to, no, wait, what was the other one? Talk about your days. There was something else, I think. Oh, I just spilled water. Man. There was something about, your life. I guess it was Benton, I don't know. Oh no, I'm gonna add him in here. His name is Hatsune Miku.
Something.
I'm gonna assume it's a him, just cause.
It is a him, yeah.
He went off the What do you use to make music? I never got the answer.
Me?
Wait.
No, him.
I asked you. Did you answer it? You just go online, right?
I use labs. I use Loop Labs. I use.
Just a browser software, huh?
Okay, well, I don't always just use that. I did. Okay, you remember when I played Zero Gravity?
Yeah.
I used Launchpad and shit like that. That one was the only one that I've ever done, other than the ones that I sold that I made with something else. And the ones I sold, I just gave away to someone who really liked it. I made music for Taco Cat for free because why not? It was just some guy that really liked my music and talked to me a lot. And Hatsune's gone after he says he's going to overdose.
I use FL Studio, just to answer your question. And music...
You're a little rich boy.
I use Music Maker and FL Studio. I used to have a Mac and use fucking Logic. Logic Pro X.
Did you hear the song that I played that sounded like a tutorial?
Yeah.
It sounded like the tutorial music. That's War's favorite song. I made that specifically for War, and it took me a long time to get the notes on my piano right. You are typing out an essay, sir. I just added him in the other thingy. I told him to go over there.
Okay, you know how you were spamming puppies?
I did that because I like to see dogs.
Exactly. And now he's saying that you did that so to hide his hurt team.
He didn't even say anything before I did that.
Exactly.
Hold on, I'm gonna go look and I'm gonna type in Hatsune Miku. I'm gonna check this out. Because I don't think he said anything when I did that. Yeah, okay, so the last thing he said is, he did.
Give me a reason why
I don't know how
I'm gonna call him, hold on. What's up, man? What's going on?
I don't know.
What's wrong with you? What's going on? Why are you crying? Wait, why are you so upset?
Thank you. I'm just a pathetic example of just an ungrateful, spoiled, fucking brat of a dick. He hasn't gone fucking get a job or fucking stay in education or fucking even do his stupid fucking exams without fucking having to cheating to even get any form of a decent grade. And has fucking guts to turn around and say that something's not good enough. When he physically can't turn around and fucking go get it himself.
You gotta relax. I can barely understand you, bud. Take a deep breath. Relax. Drink some water if you have to, just to calm down. You don't need to give up, dude. Like, whatever is, like, hurting you, like, if you really, really think about it, that one thing doesn't matter at all.
I don't matter. So I don't matter at all then to anyone or anything more.
Like, what are you most tired of, like, just upset about?
Me.
What's making you so upset that you just have to give up?
It feels like all I'm made out of is just pieces of shattered glass. And I've just been built on a lot, and I've just, everything I've been taught is that you must. I must what? You never taught me what I must. It's just, what do you want? What do you want me to do as a must? All I ever heard, you must. Well, I'm just told, not taught, there's a difference.
Who said you had to do it, though? Like, just because they say must doesn't mean you have to. Like what are they trying to make you do?
This is the difference of being in education during the economic crisis, as far as I can see. Rather than like primary schools and everything nurturing to people's dreams, it just turned into everyone just turned around and was like trying to force people into machines of perfect employability. And I just feel like I was a failure in it all because I couldn't take it.
Who said you had to do those things, though? You don't have to do anything anybody tells you to do. You really don't. As long as you don't break the law, you don't gotta do shit. Like, as long as you don't break the law and you can live comfortably and not listen to people's positive or negative shit and just be yourself, dude, you're gonna fucking rule the world.
I was never taught what it is like to be myself.
So basically what you're saying, you haven't found your true self yet?
I don't think I hate what I am. And
Why?
I don't know what I am.
Do you hate it because other people are talking about it, or what? Do people like say shit about you, or what?
I hate it because I don't even think I am. I feel I hate it because I feel like I've been built. I'm not like I feel like I've been built, not a human to anyone. I'm just a thing. I'm about as useful as a fucking. I'm about as fucking useful as just a brick. As in on its own, just left. I've just been made for a purpose, and then just people just didn't give a shit about me because I was excess on the pallet.
Well, fuck everyone else, dude.
We built the house, and I was the last one on the pallet, so they just fucking threw me in the skip.
Dude, you gotta get away from like all that negativity shit. Like, you gotta plug your ears and shit, dude. Like, don't listen to that shit. Yeah, dude. That shit doesn't.
I get into fucking petty arguments about
Not even.
fucking down this evening because, like I said, I get everything handed to me on a fucking plate at 19 years old, and
You're 19 years old, right?
19,
Why don't you?
I'm 19 years old. I don't have a job. I can't.
Why-
I'm fucking trying.
Why don't you try looking for something, just so you can get out of the house?
I said,
What?
I went to see a fucking careers advisor, and they said in the current situation my life's in, I've spent 9 hours a day, 6 days a week with my fucking grandparents, and all I fucking do there is I end up just sitting on my fucking phone, just scrolling through Instagram, just doing absolutely nothing. I try and look for time to apply for jobs, but that's literally all I end up doing.
You should
And they
apply for things
said in the
you should apply for
they said in
things
the
you don't really like
they
as well. Like, you have to start from
They told-
zero somehow. Like, everybody starts from nothing, right?
Yeah.
Like, to get your full, like, thing that you actually want, you gotta start small.
Everybody in my class, everybody I've ever known in school, everyone I've ever met, they're fucking going places because they have dreams. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here chained to the top of the fucking ocean, just like, what the fuck do I do?
Go for your dreams. That's what you do. Go for your dream. Go for your happy spot. Don't listen to anybody, dude. If you want something, go fucking get it. Go get it. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let your parents stop you. Don't let your friends stop you.
I gave up on my dreams.
Why?
I gave up on them because reality sets in.
But reality is, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, you can get whatever you want, dude. It's 2019. It's not 1970 anymore. Dude, we got the fucking internet. We can communicate with people at scale and fuck. You know what I mean?
I'm doing it right now. But
Can I ask you what your dream was?
it would have been what dream would be to meet up with my best friend.
Do what? I'm sorry.
To meet up with my best friend.
To have a best friend?
No, to meet up with them.
Oh, to meet with your best friend. Why don't you do that? Where does your friend live?
Stockholm.
How far is that from you?
It's basically the distance from here to the Baltic Sea. So, UK to Sweden.
UK to Sweden? Why not just get a plane ticket, dude? Message your friend, be like, hey, for Christmas, or I don't know if you celebrate Christmas there, but whatever day, dude, let's set something up. Dude, you guys could work together. Just be like, hey, let's split half and half. You know what I mean?
Believe me, I'm trying.
Do you guys have garage sales there?
Garage sales and car boots, like God, yeah.
Dude, I would go to like garage sales and like pick up stuffed animals that are like 50 cents and sell them on fucking eBay. Just to get money, just so I could like go hang out, you know what I mean? Like if I really wanted to do something like that, I would fucking go around, wake up early in the fucking morning, go buy like new looking like stuffed animals and sell them.
Yeah, the issue is that I've always been a dreamer, but I've done.
But why would you give up on it? Why would you ever give up on a dream?
I've never had the confidence to go and get it.
Why? Are you afraid of like what people would say about it or what?
It wasn't until I had a major controversial event that happened. I mean, my father didn't even know I fucking run a YouTube channel until January of this year. Because, and I'm fairly sure he's already forgotten about it, because I had an extremely controversial event happened there that ended up involving my old Discord account being hacked into and fucking getting shut down by Discord themselves after every single one of my DMs receiving over 6 hours over something like nearly something in total up to 150,000 images of child porn was sent over my Discord account in the matter of half an hour on my old Discord account. On New Year's Day last year, 2018, New Year's Eve 2018, and he only found out about it when my college got in contact with him because of something because of that, because nothing like that ever happened to me before. I immediately flipped out and went into and then just went on a die mode because of it.
Why would you let like losses hold you back? Like, you should learn from the losses so you can grow more, you know what I mean? I honestly love when people do that shit to me because it makes me learn like what I did wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it makes you grow stronger.
But
Like, you know, like hackers hack like companies. It helps the companies be more secure. You know what I mean?
yeah, I know that. In fact, one of my old IT teachers told me that certain companies actually pay people to try and breach their cyber defenses to tell them what they need to improve.
Yeah. Exactly.
I heard that something like the CIA or something paid someone like $2.5 million to try and attempt to breach their system, and
Yep.
then when they did, okay, they make an example out of them if it ever happens, but you notice you never hear from them again, which could occur of one of two things. One, they get treated how people think they are, or two, they just given a new identity and then they say, you work for us now, by the way. Which both could happen logically, if you think about it. Here's me talking sense when he's on borderline of insanity. I don't even need a doctor to know that.
Yeah, so
It sounds fucking
why are you
serious.
gonna let all that hold you back though? Like, why? No. You're you, buddy. Nothing.
Again, I don't even know who I am.
Like you don't know what you like to do, or you don't know what.
As I said, I feel like I've just been told what to do, what to say, who to be, how to act, what to like, what to hate.
From
what to-
parents?
everything.
Everybody?
To a point, my
You should-
environment, my
you should
teaching, my
listen.
education.
You should listen to people, but nobody said you had to do it. They just give you like opinions and, you know, their perspective on things. I like using other people's perspectives to like build my own kind of framework in myself, and I choose my own path though. I don't let anybody choose my path. You know what I mean?
The biggest mistake I ever made in my life was sitting there while I was fucking frozen with anxiety as my fucking headmistress from my school I was at sat next to me in her office, and she literally started writing out the answers from her phone into my exam paper, and then they wondered why I had the best grade in the entire country for my English. If I could even move, the first thing I probably would have done is just grab the wrist and really think I don't care if I've done the result and fucking just spoil the paper. I hate myself. I'm not doing anything about it. What could I do?
You don't have to cry, dude. You don't realize that you do what you want? Like, you think you have to listen to people and shit? Like, legitly, dude, you don't have to listen to shit.
Allegedly, I'm
People just give you advice.
Allegedly, I'm a fucking genius, but I don't do shit.
You don't know shit about what? Like, dude, you know a lot of shit. Like, dude, when me and you go on like phone calls or Discord calls, like, dude, you're talking about some shit I don't even know. Dude, you're a smart kid. You're a smart kid.
Read or write until I was at least 8. I was humiliated in school and said because of my classmates were fucking reading Harry Potter.
Those guys don't mean shit, dude.
I was still looking at fucking picture books and looking for pictures because it's all I fucking know.
Dude, those kids don't mean shit. They think they're so cool because they're being mean. They think being mean with all the other group kids is cool, but dude, that shit isn't cool.
You're fucking reading class read science, school taking QCSEs.
Dude, that whole class.
People like Michael Mopago and fucking. And you're told.
Dude, that whole class is gonna fucking lose in life because they're followers. They don't want to become like their true self. They want to fucking follow somebody else. They're gonna fucking lose. If you're a follower like that, you want to be like somebody else and not your true self, dude. Like, if you can't like be your true self, then you're gonna lose. You're gonna fucking lose. Yeah, dude. True facts. Most people don't like other people that fucking follow others, you know what I mean? What is your main goal? Your main goal. You don't have one?
I don't have one because I've learned that not setting goals is probably better for your well-being because if you do because you end up not achieving them anyway.
I mean, you like your
So
YouTube
what's the
stuff,
point?
right? Like,
So
dude,
what's
you
the
make
point? What's
you make
the point
Nightcore
of
and
it?
stuff like all day, every day.
What's the point of even setting goals if you're not going to achieve them? Because it's only going to track you down because you
No.
can't achieve them.
You can achieve them. It just takes time and patience. That's all it takes. Like me, I'm not even a big like person or YouTuber or anything. It takes time. You just like, this is why it's important to like create things or do things that you have interest in, so you don't worry about all the followers and all the, you know, all the fame. Like, if you're doing something for like fame and stuff like that, you're not gonna make it, because you're pandering to like the viewers, you're pandering to the subscribers, you're pandering to the fame, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean, ever since I was fucking 8 years old, I've always been. Ever since I was like 8 or so years old, and I've ever so much talent on TV, I've always was like. Every year I see it, I was like, next year, I'm gonna be on that stage. And I kept fucking talking myself out of it because it was like 1 year, it was like singing. And I was like, I can sing. Everybody at school says I can sing. No, I fucking can't. They were lying to me. Then I kept putting it off and off. And to be honest, I don't think
You should just go for it,
I don't
dude.
think I'll ever.
You should go for it and let other
I'll
people.
fucking humiliate myself. Yes, I'll go viral for all the fucking wrong reasons because I'll be the only person that fucking goes up there.
You should try a lot of things, dude.
I'll just fucking start just.
But if you really like something, don't give up at it. You just practice and practice and practice. And people's opinions don't mean shit. They don't. They really, 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 really don't. So if you're happy, that's the fucking most important thing on the entire fucking earth.
Why do I keep tracking that memory of what? Why do I keep tracking that up about my dragging up? Because what I wanted to do years ago, what I wanted to do that years ago, that ain't me anymore. That wasn't.
I mean, you can't
best.
look at the past, dude. If you keep on thinking about the past, you can't. Like, it already happened. Like, it's over with. Like, don't let the past like ruin the future. You know. You gotta learn from it.
Years ago, I gave up on a lot of things years ago.
Why? You can't really give up on something unless you try it for a couple of years. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna do like YouTube for like 5 years, and if I don't get anywhere with it, then I'm gonna try something else. But if I see progress within those 5 years, then I'm gonna still go, because something's working. But you're not gonna hit the golden evergreen spot tomorrow.
I know that. Believe me, I know that. I know that because I mean, I don't know what to say.
You don't know what to what?
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to make. Why even my fucking conditions are just controlling me?
Nobody's drowning you.
No, my fucking conditions and everything controlling me. I can't fucking be me because
You just gotta think about these things. Like, what's controlling
I'm
you?
just a fucking puppet. That's who I am.
Let's talk about this. Like, so what conditions?
Anxiety, depression, autism.
Okay, so what do you have anxiety about? What makes you have anxiety? Do you know?
Social,
Like- Talking to people?
environment. Talking environment.
Talking environment. So like talking in like a big group? When
Communication in general.
when do you do that? Like when do you talk to like a lot of people?
I mean, you've experienced it a few times in your server where we were just talking one-on-one, and then just a random person joins in the VC and I just go stone dead silent.
So you
You've
don't
seen that.
you don't like when other people are like listening in?
It's just,
It makes you insecure. It makes you insecure for people to like know what's going on.
because I've always sounded like, you basically take fucking Mickey Mouse in, fucking Mickey Mouse in anything, and then just drop it in Sony Vegas, and then drop the pitch shift on it down by the third minor or something. That's basically my voice as growing up as a child.
What's wrong with that? It's natural, dude. Everybody goes through that.
In my opinion, I still sound like that in my head. I hate it.
You know what's crazy though?
I hate it.
You know what's crazy though? It's weird. Like, we aren't really used to our voices. Like, you know when you hear yourself on the camera, you're like, I sound like that? Like, our brain's not like used to it.
I just hate even listening to my own voice. It's like my own voice in my head. I hate it. And then listening to myself and I'm like, and
Why?
I'm not joking. I
Why do you
physically
hate it?
cannot.
Why do you hate it?
Because
Why do you hate it?
I don't have an answer because I've hated it ever since I'm.
Because people made fun of it when you were younger. That's why you hate your voice. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I've probably just tried to suppress them. I've tried to really suppress them and force myself to forget so much of my childhood.
I mean, you
I
gotta
don't
help.
know anymore.
You gotta help me understand you, so I can help you. I'm not like a mind reader.
I know you're not.
I can help you, but I need to know what's actually like going through your head. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
That's certainly a first. As everyone else's I ever met has almost wanted to put words in my mouth.
I don't want to put words in your mouth. I want to understand you so I can make you
All
calm,
of my entire life.
make you
All of my
relax,
entire
you know what I
life,
mean?
All of my entire life, I feel like I've just been a fucking shell in a tank barrel.
Why?
As you know, because it feels like I've had no control of any form of my own life.
Dude, you have full
It
control.
just feels like.
Like,
I've been told what.
so like, if parents are telling you to do chores and blah, 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 I mean, that's normal.
It's not just that. It was at one point when
If they're
I was
telling you
being
how to
raised-
live your life, like, hey, you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer, like, you don't have to listen to that shit. What the fuck?
No, it's things like when I was being moved to my special needs school, I was given about 4 or 5 documents and sheets and everything of different of all the different schools. Reading through them, I chose one that felt like it made. I chose one that felt like it was me. Next thing I knew, the next thing I knew, the next week I was I ordered them basically from what I wanted the most to what I wanted the least.
Yeah.
And and within the next week, a fortnight, I was instantly the one I wanted the least. And I was stuck there for 3 years, until I sat my GCSEs. And then I was used by the school to make their fucking exams look even better. I'm not joking. On my CV, I've reported it, and people have just gone, no problem here. No, he's a fucking genius. Look at all of these grades. Cheat. I just look at all of them. To the point of I've started accepting them as I was the one that cheated, not they, as the institution.
Why does that hurt you?
Why does it hurt me?
Yeah.
Because when I wanted to sign up for when I wanted to sign up for my high school, me college course, I was overeducated according to them. They wanted to put me in a fucking course that was at the same level as a fucking college degree. And I was going in at something that was the same as a middle school grade. Minimum requirement.
Well, then that shit would have been easy as fuck, right?
No, because my expected grades were for the one that I was choosing. Because that was probably my best case scenario. Two years I've been trying to fight it and fight it and fight it, and I'm just giving up.
You don't gotta fight anything, dude. You're not in school, right? You're not in school.
I've left education entirely because I've just given up on it, almost. And now, and once again, it's happening all over again, and it's haunting me again. Because it's all over my every phone call I'm getting at the minute from a fucking employment agency is saying that I'm overqualified for the job role I submitted for. But they don't understand, and I'm trying to get everything sorted. I'm trying to rebuild my life, but my life has been torn apart because how I was used. But because they have more money, and they have better lawyers, and they have everything. They could just pay people just to say, no, this is fine. And they...
Then leave. You don't have to stay. Just leave. Go somewhere else.
I would, but I can't.
Why don't you?
afford to leave.
Why don't you?
Because I can't afford it. I have $40 in my account. I have $40 in
Just
my
go find.
account.
Just go find some bullshit job, dude. Just to get out. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to get out so bad, just go find some shitty ass job just to save up money, you know?
I can't because no one will take me.
I mean, you gotta look at stuff everywhere. Like, you gotta look at things that you maybe don't like.
I've seen about 20 to 30 careers advisors because the employment agencies put me through to them, and they are saying exactly what I'm saying, is that I was overqualified for it, but they don't say that. They just see what they've been given, and it's...
Why don't you look for them? Like, why don't you go ask, like, why don't you go, like, around asking people to, like, mow their lawns, or go ask the company if you could have a job just sweeping their floors and shit, just to get in the door, you know what I mean? Just find something, like, stupid simple that it's easy to do. Like washing people's cars or something.
The reason is because, yes, sure, walking up and down the street for a weekend or whatever.
You do it every day.
To wash someone. Yeah, you know what I mean? Just doing that. Walking up and down someone's street, they just, if you pay me $5, I'll clean your windows for you, that sort of thing. People don't do that. People don't do that in the UK. People don't do that.
Have you even tried? You haven't tried.
People don't do that in the UK because in the UK, especially the towns and the cities, you walk up to someone's door and you're a cold caller, you're likely to get a knife pointed at your face. Because people think in this country you're walking into you're either there to fucking murder them in cold blood, or you're there to rob a place. The only two people people think of that, or even when they're in, they just don't answer because they don't want because they don't want you.
Dude, you can go
That's how-
ask, and if they say no, just be like, okay, thank you for your time, go on to the next house. No one's gonna. I highly doubt people hold their fucking guns to your face.
Okay, I was slightly exaggerating, man. But I mean, it's always.
You know what, dude? Like, everybody's not going to say yes.
I know that.
Like you'll get yeses, you'll get nos. You just have to learn how to deal with no, you know what I mean? And just keep on going. Boom, 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 boom. Like, make a flyer. Like, you have a cell phone, right?
Yeah.
I would make like a flyer
But
on your
that's just
computer,
a-
like
that's
design
just
something.
That's a completely different thing entirely, according to my father.
If you don't want to knock on their door, just make a flyer.
According to my father about that, apparently I only get 6 gigs of mobile data a month, and apparently the safety buffer don't work, because I know I run over on it. I know. That and international text and stuff, I will instantly go out of the safety buffer. You know, the cap. On the caps that you have, that when you run over something, it goes into that, and you charge normal network fees.
6 gigs?
Yeah, I
Dude,
know that.
but you have free texting, right?
Yeah, unlimited text and phone minutes.
Yeah, dude, just put your phone number on a flyer. If you don't want to knock on people's doors, put it on their door or their car or whatever. Be like, hey, I charge blah, blah, blah this much. If you would like to go further with my service, text or call me at this number. Blah, 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 blah. Simple.
Yeah.
You just do it every day since you're not working. Dude, I'm sure you can make a living just doing it. And then you can buy a car and go farther.
Probably.
No, 100% you can.
I know. In the case of like that I've heard people do that kind of thing.
You should just do it. Just do.
Everyone, all those stories I've heard of people being successful at that kind of thing, and the next thing they know, 15, 20 years later, they're owning a fucking store in New York or whatever.
It's because
Yeah,
they're smart with their
they all-
money. Like,
because-
they save it all.
Because they all started in America. Because they're all Americans. Because the culture's different.
People just save their money. If you make money, you should invest it into, like, whatever you're trying to... So, let's say you're, like, mowing lawns or raking
Oh,
leaves
yeah.
or something. Like,
Yeah.
let's say you start raking leaves, right? They save all that money, and then they buy a lawnmower so they can, like, mow the lawns. And then after the lawnmower, they get, like, a riding lawnmower so they don't have to push
Yeah,
it.
I know.
And then you can charge a little
I get-
more.
I get that. But
Just saying.
I understand how I get it. But I don't know what I have to say.
So is there anything else?
I mean, I am saying, I mean, me right now, for the time I literally just spend sitting at my grandmother's, I get about the equivalent of, every month I get, roughly converted into American, about $40 a month. That relates to, if I convert that into...
You get $40 a month?
Yeah.
And what do you spend it on?
But that's $40 a month, and that's converted into your funds from something. But that's the only equivalent of, like, if I did a single 8-hour day at minimum wage a month. That's what I get essentially paid for, because I am that's what they have funding for. As my grandmother is for looking after my grandfather, is for a sitting service that been put forward from the NHS.
What do you spend it on?
I actually don't see any of the money myself. It goes directly into my savings account. Usually end up with a conversation. What? Last time I had the figure from my saving about my saving, it was close to 1,000 in there. But
Do your parents have like rakes or lawnmowers at the house?
yeah, we do. But
I would go mow people's lawns. I would ask them, hey, can I use this for the weekend? Blah, blah, blah. I just want to go make some money.
I mean,
So I can move the fuck out of your house.
The money I make goes into my savings account, and
Excuse you.
there are so many things I want to go. There are so many things I want to talk to my father about.
You should just do it.
Well,
Just go talk to him. Be like, hey, Dad, I got something to say. You know what? You should take him out to dinner. Just you and him. Be like, hey, these are the things I want to talk about. Blah 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 blah.
I don't know how to. I don't know. Slash forgot how to communicate with people.
Why? You just talk. You just talk like how mean
As
you
in
are.
face-to-face communication.
What do you mean?
Because
You're just afraid of what they're gonna think? You're shy?
I haven't done.
You know what? I used to be really afraid to talk to my dad.
Because I communicated so little in person growing up.
Yeah, same.
And even today.
Same. Same way.
I mean, I did social skills, social development classes, and
But it's not gonna kill you.
social communication things.
Your
like
face
that
might turn
in
red, but
schools.
fuck it.
I still.
This is practice.
I don't know how to talk to people. Because
I mean, if it's your
just
dad,
like-
I know it's kind of scary. I know what kind of mentality that is because I had that the whole entire time I was growing up.
I don't talk to people face to face. I don't think I ever really have. Yeah.
You should do it with your dad.
And yet, my biggest goal in my life.
You should just tell your dad exactly what you're thinking, what you're feeling, blah blah blah. Just so he understands. That's how shit works.
I've tried that before, and I've done that last night. I mean, tonight. Whatever. I don't know what time it is anymore.
Or you guys can go on a walk or a drive or I don't know. There's a lot of things you can do.
It's just very, for me, it's always been an issue of trying to find the right time to ever say anything to him. Because,
I mean, the more you dwell on it, the more it's just not gonna come.
because often, because I can't say anything when I'm at my grandmother's because he just sort of goes, yeah, okay, what, yeah.
Before
I
you start
can't-
talking to him, though, be like, hey, Dad, I have some serious things I want to talk about. Blah, yeah, and then speak your mind.
The last time I ever had a serious talk to him about my fucking mental health or whatever, after seeing a doctor and saying I possibly have depression or whatever, it was just,
Can we talk about...
it was literally just,
Sorry, go ahead.
it was literally him just, it was literally, he literally just got out of the shower and the first thing he did was, He just laid in his bed. He just laid in his bed after drying himself off and just put the TV on in front of him.
Long day at work.
And then just sort of looked at me like I was lying in his bed, as I was trying to talk to me about it, as I stood in his doorway. We just...
You know, most parents don't even listen, which that is why most kids are upset.
I swear Mother's had a fucking attitude problem with me ever since that day I was fucking born. Or the day that she realised that I was different because...
You know what? You should tell your dad
maybe-
exactly how you feel, though. Be like, hey, Dad.
Because me being born as autistic, and then my brother, and then my next oldest brother, then my the one younger than me, because I'm the oldest, so I was the first, and then the second one came along, and he was normal, and he seemed different in every way. And as soon as she realised that, it's felt for me, she's been a different person.
You know what? You should tell your dad. Be like, I know you had a long day at work. I know you want to relax, but this is what I'm feeling.
Believe me, I've done this for the years.
No, but you have to say it exactly like that.
He's even seen it himself, where she deliberately, she cooked and did it. For example, when she puts food out downstairs. And
That's important.
All four of me and all of my brothers are upstairs. She calls all of my other brothers down individually, and then doesn't even mention me. Only ever mentions me in that case whenever he mentions, what about Will? And then it was like, and then she just sort of goes, oh, yeah, Will, dinner, sort of thing, almost half-assed.
Interesting.
Just, hell, I don't even think she even cares about.
I'm sure they care, dude. They're just busy and they have a lot on their mind. But that's why you gotta say, hey, I know you're busy. Like, words are important. Like,
I mean, I just fucking came upstairs, and the first thing I ever heard my mother say from when she was in her room alone was literally saying, the only people I fucking care about is my family, my husband, my family and my husband. And when she means my family, I swear she means by that as in her.
but you're part of the
sister or
family.
whatever.
You're getting it mixed up.
No, as in no, not her. No, as in her sister.
But
and her
children
mother.
are family.
Yeah, but then the next
Children
part
are
of it
family.
is
Don't
because-
get her words mixed up, dude.
No, she said that, she said that because her next line was, "That's all who gives a shit towards me."
Which is you.
To be honest,
Family.
I don't care about Eric. I don't. As soon as I realised what she was doing to me, I've just fucking ignored her ever since. Because I've hated her all of my life, and I don't, and I despise her. At one point, we're having a fight. I genuinely kicked her to the floor. I fucking sat on her chest and nearly strangled her to death as she was lying on the floor. And I was genuine, and I was genuine. And if something didn't stop me, I would have been done for murder that night. I guarantee it. I guarantee it, I would have been. And to be honest, in my opinion, I wish something didn't stop me at that point. I honestly wish they didn't.
I know that's probably hard for you to listen to or whatever, of someone honestly admitting that they would prefer to just to kill their own mother than I. There's a level of hate, and then there's you gain pleasure from watching them burn in hell.
That's pretty mean to say that.
It's my honest feelings about my own mother, though, to be honest.
You know, I used to feel that way about my mom. Like, I used to hate my mom. Like, I honestly don't even know why I hated my mom. Probably because she, like, left. And I guess I had, like, some issues with it. But the moment that you're grateful to actually be you, shit gets way more happier in your life. Because if your mom and dad had sex like 5 minutes later, you probably wouldn't be alive.
Mm.
Just saying.
Mm. True.
Like the chances of your mom and dad having sex at that 1 second moment is like crazy.
Mm.
The numbers are huge.
Yep. Something like 4 billion to 1.
Damn, I believe it's bigger than that.
No, it's something like 4 billion to 1 at the time of coming.
Fucking 4
Or
trillion
something.
times 10.
Hmm.
You know how small sperm cells are? Like, fuck.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And what even... And think about this. What
Although
even makes up those sperm cells? And then what makes up those? And then what makes up that?
Although apparently the size of an ovary, apparently if you put it on a desk, as in with just the ovary, nothing else, apparently that it would actually be visible to the naked eye. That's how large it is.
Yeah, but what makes up an ovary?
True.
And then what makes up the thing that makes up that? And then what's the thing that makes, like, you know, it's a fucking crazy cycle of whatever.
It eventually breaks down to like the atomic. Eventually gets just down to the point of electrons, neutrons, and
Yeah, but what makes up that?
protons, electrons, and neutrons. You can't get any fucking.
It can.
You can't get any smaller than that.
No, it can. Because there would be nothing there. Crazy to think about. You know how fucking lucky we are to be human?
The miracles of the universe that humans will never be able to explain.
Yeah, 100%.
What created the matter in the first place?
Dude, if you thought about that every single day, I guarantee you your life would change.
True.
You know how lucky we are.
To be honest, I didn't believe in reincarnation until I watched Darling in the Franxx.
Like, that might be a real thing, but you don't know. So why not just make the best of your life now? Before you turn 80 years old and you can't do shit, and then you have a life of regret. Fuck that.
30 in the coming April, so
Yeah,
6
you're
months.
still young. Dude, you're gonna be 40 years old in 21 years and still be young.
That's true.
Like, double your number right now. You're still young. Double 22. You're still young. You're gonna live like 3 more lives you've already lived. Like times 2.
And these the last 2 or so years have been probably, at least the last 2 years have been the hardest on me.
Yeah, but you can change it.
I think at least the last 6 months have probably been the hardest of those as well.
You can change it though. It's all you.
I nearly lost, you know, the very person that I was, the very person I was so keenly trying to get you to text. About 3 months ago, she attempted an OD and I woke up 10 days later from coma. I spent 3 hours spamming her. I spent 3 hours spamming her Discord, trying to hope that she'd either pick up and be trolling, or B, if it was real, someone to hear it and come.
But why are you worrying about other people?
She was a friend of mine.
Yeah. And if that person, like, you can't really control anybody.
I can't control anybody.
Like, I like giving like advices just to like help open people's minds because I like it, but I don't expect anybody to change.
I've never had any friends growing up. Ever. So every friend I've made.
You know you can message me and call me anytime of the day, every day of your life that I'm alive.
Any friend I've made. I just fucking latch onto them like articles on a ship. I physically do not let go.
You gotta let go of some things, dude. It's not healthy for you.
Don't believe in me because I've had them before.
Of course nobody wants to lose anybody, but people gotta realize that other people have like lives to live and stuff, you know?
I understand that.
But if somebody dies, of course that's sad. Like, you know what you should do every time you wake up? You should try to convince yourself that somebody died in your family. Like, honestly, if you had that feeling every day, then I'm sure your mentality would be like, oh fuck.
Some of them would be like, some of my family, I'd admit, some of them would be like, oh shit. But some of them, like I mentioned how I feel about my mother, I'd either probably just burst out laughing and just saying, thank God the bitch is dead.
Your family wouldn't do that. You're just putting shit in your head. Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah, but what's terrible about some of the things I've heard, they'll genuinely probably make your skin crawl.
You know when you think negative things happen to you.
Yeah. Yes, I hate my mother to death and I've nearly
Why
killed her
is it
over it.
positive?
It's nothing, but that's nothing compared to like, I know one of my friends who is terminally ill and has 2 years to live at best from what her mother treated her, her biological mother treated her as she was growing up.
I've noticed something though. Every time you're like in the server, it's like negative stuff. Like this is kind of why I think you're always sad because you're always around negative things, or you're always thinking.
Also, another reason why is because I find your server a safe place to unload it all.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's okay, you can't. I'm just saying, this is why you're so sad, because you're always around the negative mentality and negative things.
I spend 6 days a week living with someone with dementia and Alzheimer's. I come home and all I get is my brothers shouting at me saying there's shit wrong with the network, or this isn't working, that isn't working. I daren't speak, I don't know how to speak to people socially, and all the friends I have are online because I couldn't, because when I was young, because when I was a kid I was stupid. Because when I was a kid, if I opened my mouth, it ended up fucking kissing human turds at the bottom of a toilet bowl.
Sounds like to me, I need to post more positive.
So, everyone I've met who I consider a friend has been on the other side of a screen to me, and all I've had is comments from my father and everyone saying, "You should really make your phone camera
You know, I actually really hate when parents say that. You know how parents want us to like communicate and shit?
No. My mother, she was born in the 60s and she lives in the 50s. She was born and raised with basically everyone saying that everyone in the same street as you is your friend and that's the end of the universe.
You know,
I'm like, do you remember the street? Do you remember the street? No, and I turned around and said to her, I literally turned around and said to her, straight in her face, in fact, I fucking shouted at her at one point, do you remember the street that we were at when I was at primary school? Yeah. Those guys beat the shit out of you. You didn't care about it at school. No, in fact, when you did try anything about it, nothing ever happened. In fact, it only made it worse. I'm fairly sure I show you a map of Byward Street where, from comparison of, I'm fairly sure you've probably seen a map of that, haven't you? If not, I'll find one and send it to you. Of comparison to where I lived and where everybody in school beat the shit, and everyone who was at school I was at beat the shit out of me where they lived in relation. Just put in perspective, it was no more than 400 meters from where I lived. So, yay! Everything I've ever done, anyone I've considered a friend, essentially I've had the world's best, I've always had one of the world's best forms of contraception. It's called a fucking phone.
Have you ever tried going on Facebook or Instagram and hashtagging like your area, like your hometown, and messaging people in your area just to say, hey, what's up? Or go through their profile and see what they like, just so you can like make a friend or find someone that has a similar interest you do.
I've done it by Facebook with friend suggestions with people who live in my local
I
area.
hate friend suggestions. Honestly,
No, but people. No, but when I went filtering through those and checked in the local area, everyone who I messaged blocked me within 5 minutes of talking to me.
why? What did you say? What was your first sentence?
Hi.
I think your first sentence should be, "Hi, my name's Will, and I live in the area. I like your profile or whatever they have on it. Or if you see something that has like anime or
No,
something,
because it was just.
you gotta build a
Yeah,
relationship.
because it was just.
You know what I mean? You can't be like creepy about it.
It was just like, hi, question mark. Because
Why
that's
did you do
all I
that?
could type before my hands started violently shaking.
You gotta think about the other person. If somebody said hi question mark, what would you think?
I don't know.
You would be confused as shit, right?
I don't know. All I've ever had from blind people DMing me is creepy comments saying like I said, the fucking dick pics coming in the honey saying,
Well, you gotta
come play with
introduce
me.
yourself.
Yeah,
You can't just say hi,
come lick.
exclamation mark, because that sounds
No,
creepy
no.
or fucking confusing.
No, hi question mark. It's like rather than no, but all the first one-liners I've ever had from me is a fucking image of a dick smothered in honey and say, "Come lick this girl, I'll get you coming."
But it's text. Nobody knows that. They can't hear you.
No, because I have because I have a fucking PF4 fucking Tatsumi Miku. The Vocaloid, because that is the branding on all of my on everything of mine, my YouTube channel, Facebook, Discord, Instagram, because it's the branding of my fucking channel network. But because it's a fucking girl, everybody assumes I'm a girl, so all I fucking get is dick pics or fucking testicles, or fucking six packs, and just saying, "Come touch this girl and I'll." Come touch this girl and I'll fucking peg you.
You should look through their profile and like kind of get to know them first before you know what I mean?
No. They text me out the blue saying shit like that.
Well then fuck them.
Mm.
Or communicate back to them and explain what it is.
Basically, I'm not joking. Within seconds of anyone saying anyone's just saying hi to me nowadays, if they've not spoken to me before, as in blank DM on Discord and someone just sends hi, I immediately reply saying, "If you think I'm a fucking girl, you can fuck off."
Why?
Instantly. Because having 150 DMs of everything I've just said a day.
Who gives a shit if they think that? Just be like, "Hey, I'm a guy." Boom. I just like the picture.
I mean, some of them I have actually started getting more polite at, saying, by the way, I'm a straight male, please do not, if you've come here for that, please go away. I have actually got more polite about it.
You should be nice to everybody. Even if they're a piece of shit to you, you should still be nice to them. I'm just...
I know.
You know, it's funny. I've actually made a friend like that. That friend was a piece of shit in the beginning, but I was still nice. And then he apologized. And was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Blah blah blah. It's kind of funny.
Whereas I've had most of the opposites. I mean,
Well, I've had those too.
I met a nice guy. I met a nice guy. But the thing is that when I was at my college, But the thing is, though, I'm not joking. He genuinely carried. The best way I can describe it is imagine you carrying the entire contents of your wardrobe and your fridge with you everywhere all the time.
Okay.
Whilst so imagine carrying all that. So imagine having enough stuff to stock a small cafeteria, whilst also having as well as having a seat cushion,
Uh-huh.
and all of this stuffed into like 2 or 3 bags. So essentially, the bloke was loaded up like a pack horse, and all he'd ever do is he would. And he was basically throwing food around like fucking t-shirt cannons going off at a fucking festival.
Give me 1 second, Dan. Sorry.
You quite finished? Zip it!
Whatever.
And get off the tap! You're one of the one too many people.
Holly, what are you doing? Sorry, I just had to go inside this building.
It's fine.
Holly, what are you doing?
As I was saying, it's like that. It's nice, but I didn't really accept anything from him because if I was seen to be doing it, I would have been thought people would probably start exploiting him for it. But then he started bringing in really random stuff like a World War II gas mask, and he said you always have to be prepared for a nuclear strike. I'm like, we're in Britain. If Russia decided pushing the button on us, we'd just be nothing but a radiated wasteland within 4 minutes. We wouldn't have a chance. Whereas if you were in certain places like America, there'd probably be spots where you'd have minimal damage, wouldn't there? You know, like places like the Nevada desert, for example.
Right.
Whereas you compare the UK to somewhere like I don't know, California, for example, you could probably fit it in several times over.
You didn't like that? You didn't like him bringing up random shit, or what?
No, it's just like it just started turning weird, and just a case of. And then he got really offensive about it, and he just started turning into a dick.
Maybe something happened.
Mm.
You kind of got to think about that.
Oh, yeah. What happened? The fact that he vandalized my. No, what happened was he vandalized my equipment by throwing. He vandalized my equipment by throwing his coat at me, making me drop my tablet, breaking its camera lens. And then when I charged him for it, he was like, "Oh, fuck off! I'm not paying that." Ever since then, he was passing dick face to me, and flips me off every time he looks at me.
They always
She's
do
always trying to say
shit though. But if somebody is a piece of shit, don't be a dick bag.
You gonna switch that off?
Whatever.
Or create more problems? Because you rather into somebody that that's his threat.
I'm talking to a friend, okay, from college. Does it really matter?
Yeah, at 2 o'clock in the morning.
It's not 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, go to sleep and switch it off.
Who's that?
My mother.
She sounds really grumpy. Is she okay?
Well,
What?
switch it off.
Oh, fine, have it your way. Night.
What's wrong with
Well, piss off then.
No, because it's
Oh, you're
not-
just going to stand there all night then?
Probably, because it's not completely switched off, is it?
Yes, it is.
her? You're fucking
Well,
18.
put it down then.
It is.
Well, go to sleep then, gobber. And if you start talking to
Oh,
your
sod off.
mate,
What's wrong with it, dude? Why does she want you to go to sleep? Why does she want you to go to sleep? That makes no sense. Do you have something to do tomorrow or what?
I haven't even given a shit about what she says in years. Why should I start now?
You shouldn't. If you know how, like honestly, if you know how to take care of yourself and shit,
June.
then fuck it.
Let's go back even further. I was trying to find the post that I mentioned.
I mean, my dad was a fucking dick like that too, though. I honestly didn't give a shit.
Hmm.
I mean, it made me insecure about some things, but I kind of just run with it. Didn't give a shit. Do what I wanted to do.
Hmm.
But that one thing that I wanted to do didn't work out. What are your hobbies? Do you have more than
I mean, I've just linked you to the Facebook post that it was mentioned on. That comment section was from.
like, what do you know most about?
Most about that. I'd say tech, but that's about it, really.
You like anime?
I mean, I'm not. I mean, I do like anime, but I'm not what you'd call a weeb.
Now what you call what?
I'm not what you'd call a weeb, but I do like anime.
Like professional know-it-all or what?
Just a fan, not complete know-it-all.
Like, what do you know most about, like, that you really, really, like, love, and you would die just to...
Mm. I don't know.
I don't feel like die to talk
Just
about
enough
it. Just enough
to like teach
to, like,
somebody.
teach
Um,
You know what I think would really work, and I kind of wish that I would have thought about this when I was younger.
mm,
I mean, I could tell my stories and shit, but if I actually documented my life growing up as a kid, dude, on YouTube and
Mm.
shit, I'm sure that shit would go really good.
probably.
Yeah, like all these kids are like, oh, he's not the only one. Okay. Damn, I wish I was.
Hmm. I highly doubt. Oh, for God's sakes. Facebook, you're so stupid. I mean, I'm not joking. It classified a primary school as a high school.
Oh, what school?
A primary school. So, it's in the UK, it's the school you go to when you're 4 years old. As a high school. Hence why it's primary.
You saw my story.
Hmm.
100%, I really believe in this shit.
Hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's good to listen to people's opinions and shit.
Hmm.
But you make the path.
Yeah. Though I don't know what path I've ever been on.
I mean, dude, life is a constant Even your parents haven't figured out. They really, really don't. You just live, that's it.
Mm.
Like the feeling you get most excited about. You should do that thing.
Mm. I mean, I did mention. I mean, to. I don't know why, but whenever I'm talking with my best friend, I just seem to get all giggly or whatever, but then you don't. It starts with just a smile, and then I just start randomly and uncontrollably giggling, and then even when I'm gasping for air, I still can't help but laugh.
That's good.
And I don't know, it's not like, it's not like she says anything funny. I mean, okay, it rapidly goes off if she mentions anything serious, like she did back in March when she believed she had breast cancer, but ended up just being. I only found this out recently, as in July recently, that because I got relative relief from her brother just saying it was, with a meh cancer. She looks like she'll live. As in, he realised that it was a good sign when she started crying tears of joy, but he wasn't really paying any attention, so he just sort of went meh. But yeah, when I got the full story from her, she just sort of went, it was probably she turned around and said, it was probably a label on the inside of the shirt irritating the skin, and it's like, over a couple of days causing it, and I was like, makes sense. Because when you think about it though, I've had skin irritations from clothing and labels and chafing, so it can happen anywhere, can't it? I suppose if this swap, they could look like bigger issues, but that's the only time only a few times I've genuinely been worried about. Apart from that, it's all been relatively happy. Apart from the one time she nearly left all contact with me entirely due to issues involving controversy leading up to a rumour of going around saying that because my best friend says she's a shin, but there was a rumour going around that someone said that she was a he. They have evidence convincing people that it was a he, so they all turned against her, and it just started a war of controversy, to the point that it crushed her health so badly that she had to. It was, she almost had to. She had to leave platforms. Why the fuck would people do that?
Good question, man.
And then because people have realised that I'm her best friend, they fucking all started it back up again. But rather than targeting her, they're firing it all at me, trying to convince me to leave her and join them. You know what I mean by that?
you care so much about it?
Because 3 times I've stopped. Why? Why? What?
Do you like
I
do you
don't know.
expect things from people?
I don't. I don't know because
I mean, you shouldn't really expect it.
I don't expect people things from anyone, but I've never had any real friendships really because I've never had any chance. Because always being cooped up indoors and everything.
Go find something.
And every time when I was a kid being let out into the garden almost felt like it was literally, if we ever uttered a word would be just my mother would almost just would just chase us straight back indoors again. And well, you've just met her, so you can kind of draw your own assumptions of what she's like and I have to live with it, and that's normal. That's normal.
You don't have to.
At any time.
You don't
That's
have to live
normal.
with it.
That's normal at any time of the day. Just I don't know what to say.
That guy's funky. Don't have too much fun.
Well,
So, how are you feeling?
holy shit, that's normal.
That shouldn't be the normal feeling. Are you
Almost
tired?
a minute a minute.
Maybe you should sleep.
I don't normally sleep. I don't normally sleep until about 2 o'clock in the morning.
What time is it right now? Like 1?
About, yeah. But I don't normally sleep until at least 2.
What time usually wake up?
Between 7 and 9.
So you get at least 8 hours of sleep?
Yeah, vaguely. I just don't care anymore.
You shouldn't care.
I don't
You
know if
shouldn't care.
that.
That sounds
I
really
don't know if
bad.
that's. I don't know if that became obvious in
You should
how
care. You should care, dude. There are so many things to care about. All the things that you don't care about, fuck that. Like, just throw those away. But the things that you do care about, dude, go for those. There's a lot of things I don't care about.
I'm just trying to work out Because there's a hell of a lot of things I don't care about.
Don't think about those.
Don't think about those.
It's trying to work out what I do care about.
Think about those, yes.
Think about those, yes.
So it's
So when was the last time you uploaded a Nightcore on YouTube?
I set one for a pre-upload that was last Saturday, so essentially a week ago.
How long does it take you to make one?
I have 2 in the works right now. I try and upload, and they take start to finish. I estimate about 4 to 6 hours, depending on depending on what it is. Also, it's more down to if I can be bothered to do them at the moment. But
How do you make one of those?
How do you make one of those?
there's a video on my channel of the basics of how to make one. I'll send you a link for it. Send you a link for it
Do you
because I
just,
originally
Pump up the pitch and then EQ it or what?
it's a combination of pitch. It's a combination of pitch shift, bass EQ. But it's a combination of pitch shift, bass, and time shift.
Yeah, speed and shit.
Time
That's
stretch.
all
Yeah.
you do.
That's all you do.
It's a combination of all 3. Then it's about finding a related image to the song, and then it's about put the lyrics on on it,
Have you
and then you add
have
special
you
effects.
You've added special effects on your
Mhm.
recent.
Yeah, if you look at my most recent one, I used I'm using Wallpaper Engine at the minute to try and add which adds another layer to it, because essentially what I have to do is like edit the audio. This is the part where only having one desktop monitor comes into an issue, because I have to record the audio, then I edit the image, and then I use Wallpaper Engine to set the image as my desktop background. Then I set up the Wallpaper Engine section of the video, special effects and the graphics audio visualizers. And then I record me playing. Then I record me playing the song on the desktop, because then the desktop is animated. Then I input in the lyrics.
So technically, you're just recording your desktop screen.
Hmm?
So basically, you're putting everything as your desktop background, making your desktop blank, and then recording the screen as it is.
You take a look at my latest video, not my latest video, California Girls, for example.
Can I make
If you remove
Can I make a spectrum for you?
an audio spectrum,
Yeah. I think it'd be fun.
if you know how to make them on Wallpaper Engine, sure.
Does it have to be on Wallpaper Engine? Can I just do like an After
Yeah.
Effects?
If you can make it Wallpaper Engine, that would be best, because then you could submit it to the Steam Workshop and I can download it straight.
It's crazy.
Hmm.
I'll make one. And then I'll make it for Wallpaper Engine. So you can download it.
Sure. Yeah, because I use Sony Vegas and not Adobe, so I don't
use
think
Sony
any of
Vegas
that
too.
would work. Question: do files work in Vegas if I just import them?
Do
Because
what?
I use Vegas Pro. So if you edit anything in Adobe in any of the Adobe suite, can you import the raw Adobe files into Vegas, and then does Vegas understand it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, but here's another thought though.
And then if there's
I
like a
use
background, you know how
I
you have,
use-
like a transparent like a PNG file or whatever.
yeah.
You
I know,
just use, like,
because
a key
my
image with a key, and then
Yeah, because my video, you know my video intro, you know the animated video intro, that is actually its own separate Vegas file. As I import the entire Vegas file into, like you would if you're importing a video.
Yeah.
And I literally just dump that straight in, and to me that's the only way I've found doing that kind of thing to apply a transparent background from inside a video to video.
And you use chroma keyer to like take off the background.
I don't know what you're talking about, chroma key.
In
I use
Vegas?
I use Pro 14.
Oh, you have
I don't know if you.
Vegas 14.
Yeah,
Okay, I have 17.
yeah, that's probably why I don't have a clue what you're on about.
I mean, I think the chroma keyer is in all versions.
I have no idea. Yeah, I use a cracked version of Pro 14.
I have a cracked version of 17 if you want it.
Interesting.
And it comes with a music maker and everything.
And you mean the music maker is in like Vocaloid level music maker?
So you know how Vegas or Magix or whatever the company is?
Yeah, I think it's Sony.
Yeah, it's like Sony or they have like a music software too.
Yeah.
So you can go like highly detailed and like your EQ and stuff.
Look. I'll link you the video that I made. Because I initially made the video as a tutorial for because I originally ran when it was first uploaded I ran a contest for I ran a Nightcore edit contest and nobody entered it.
Where did you post it?
It was in a Discord server that was active and fairly popular, and I was staff in said Discord server.
See, it's
And
kind of,
they ran it as a server-wide event.
it's kind of hard to host a contest in somebody else's server if it doesn't revolve around you. Because the server is about like a specific owner.
No, because it was the server itself was like a game server, so it was faction based. It was called Wolves and Lollies. So it was split between two teams, and yeah, the games were based on that. So people enter from each team, and the more people who enter, the more chances of them technically there is for that team to win. But when I ran the event,
You should make your own like Nightcore server. If you want help.
I have got my own server. Just just no.
Help you out if you want to do something like that. I can help you make content around your anime stuff. I think it'll be really fun. And then we can,
There, that's the.
I'll get you built up. It'll be fun.
That's my server link.
I have so many servers. That might be an hour.
Does it say join? Then you know.
I just clicked on
Mhm. As of now, 34 members but about 10 of them are bots. There's 30...
Do you have Twitter?
Yeah.
You should go inside Twitter, look up like Discord server anime hashtag, and send your server to everybody that has like animation.
Mm.
It'll work. I promise you. Because that's what I do. But I don't look up like anime stuff.
Mm.
I just do stuff like
Mm-hmm.
I need to shower so bad.
Mm. No.
It sounded
Just
like
fucking... I'm just watching fucking pre-rendered ads that look like fucking dog shit. No, I mean all all these pre-rendered free-to-play mobile apps.
yeah.
You can tell when the fucking ad is so fucking fake, man. You can genuinely tell when the ad's so fucking fake. It's ridiculous.
I mean, what do you mean fake?
As in, I'll send you a link to one of the Twitter posts that the ad I'm on about, and you can tell the game will be nothing like it even before you install it. Level obviously bad. I reckon I could edit and animate something better than that. And I don't even know how to animate. I mean, I don't use Twitter really at all. Like, for me, Twitter's more of a personal thing that I follow people of interest rather than people following me.
You know, Twitter is like the best platform to advertise your shit, and using like it tells you what hashtags are trending.
Mm.
I use it all the time. My account got suspended though.
Mm.
I was posting like my thoughts and shit, and like commenting on people's
How'd you get a suspended account reinstated?
I emailed them already.
I think the last time I've ever got account suspended, I mean, before the whole, I mean, on my own means, was in one of tanks, and I accidentally drove into an ally, because I've already done enough. Or this was, I accidentally drove into an ally, brushed them, and I knocked their track off. And this was already at a point where I did enough team damage myself by in artillery once before, because you know artillery isn't really famous for being accurate. So you would just fire into a cluster of tanks, hoping you hit something red, and the shot went straight into the side of an ally and blew it to the Kingdom Come. So I was on the verge of basically getting my account suspended anyway. So by just driving into an ally, knocking its track off, was enough for the game to go, fuck you. And it instantly kicked me from the game, and I sent the replay file saying, I accidentally just drove into this guy, totally not intentionally, apart from to duck out of enemy fire. And I sent them the replay file proving this because, and you can genuinely see it was me and this other guy, and it was like nobody down the far end of the street, and then the entire enemy team showed up, and you were like, in that situation when it's 2v10, you suddenly, you do want to put a very, very big house between you and the 10, don't you?
Of course.
Unfortunately, that meant going through my ally. So the developers looked at it, so the support team looked at it and went, he's being genuine. The game servers were a little unfair to him just then. And they instantly forgive him, and they instantly let me off. In fact, within the hour, I was back in the game.
Wanting attention.
I need a shit.
Yeah, for real.
It's like the Molly's looking at you going, let me out so I can do a shit, or I do it right here on the seat.
Yeah, for real. On my lap.
Mm.
Oh my god, yes. You're funny, Mom. Gosh, she's beautiful. I don't want Molly shitting on my seat. She's staring at me like, you better fucking hurry, it's coming out my asshole.
Meanwhile, you can go, I can smell its head.
Oh my god. While he's licking my hand, like, you fucking hurry up. I know we're parking, stink.
Mm.
When the dog shits on the chair.
Yeah.
So we have more things coming. Okay, I need more things. Okay, everybody to the pumps. Everything is hard to pick up. Okay, everything is happening in.
Shit. Molly, please don't shit on you. Look, we're here. I can smell her farting. Oh my god, it's coming out of her ass.
Mm.
That's disgusting. Give that to me. I don't feel like cleaning up dog shit in my truck. I'll watch her do it.
I mean, this is such. I mean, that tweet I just sent you is kind of funny.
Huh?
So just filming some stuff in Battlefield 5, and then this happens. Even, well, that's basically the tweet. I mean, it's one way of destroying an anti-aircraft gun.
Ow. Okay, let's get your harness, you little poopy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, another Twitter post. You're just browsing around Twitter.
Kinda. Just while scrolling through what I retweeted.
Ow. Molly, please don't. I know. I hear you moaning and groaning. She's gonna shit everywhere.
Oh dear.
I'm just curious, where is your general chat?
It's global.
Oh, that's your general?
Mm.
Okay, I was just confused.
Yeah. Sorry, I mean it was the server. Most of the chats were set up by a French person. So,
Oh, you're like teaming up with somebody?
well, I was teamed up with some of the original admin years ago, but most of them left. In fact, most of this is server of the dead.
Most of your servers dead?
Yeah. If you look, apart from myself, almost none of these accounts that are online, well, or nobody uses this server basically.
You should interact with them.
I do, but no one uses it. So it's like, what's the point? Like, no one. I bet they instantly mute the server when they join. It's been like,
Figure out why. Or I mean, most of the people on my server don't talk.
hmm.
When I get back inside my truck, I'll look at your servers, see
Mm-hmm.
what I would do. Oh, she's taking a shit. Why do dogs take shits like that?
Because it's how they do it.
It's so funny. Oh yeah, push that puppy. Please don't run. I don't have 4 legs. I can't run as fast as you.
God, it's fucking cold here.
Cold here.
It's snowing just like,
Snowing.
or it's not snowing. It feels like it's snowing, like that picture in your server.
Actually, that isn't
That's a
snow
gift,
as
right?
such. It is. Yeah. It's that's actually a scene from Your Lie in April.
Oh, that's cool. I like it actually.
Mm.
Nice. You got a bot. So it's pretty much just Nightcore and anime, right?
To a point, yeah.
That's all I see. I would go on Ints here. You know what? Before I actually give you an answer, I'm gonna look it up. Let's do some homework.
Hmm.
You know what I would do?
Hmm.
I would go inside of servers that have a decent amount of people and DM every single one of them your server link in Discord. But don't put it inside their server. Just DM their users.
Yeah. That's actually one of the quickest. Yeah, but most people, what they do is and people have actually started writing this into their server rules recently. Is that people have been requested to report if someone spams DM multiple DMs with server invites.
Well, don't spam
And
them.
to
Of course, don't spam.
No,
them.
no, no, not
Just send
spam.
one.
As in, what I mean is send one, but then go to a different person in the same server and send another, and send them an invite.
Fuck it.
If
Fuck
you
it.
do,
Do it anyways. Fuck it, dude.
mm,
Who gives a shit? If you want people in your server, just fucking do like you'll do whatever it takes.
true.
I do it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't give a fuck what the owner says. I'm trying to fucking grow my shit.
Mm,
Like I don't give a fuck. I want it.
true.
That's it. Do you
I mean, people don't.
Sorry,
I mean, people don't actually. People actually don't realise that. Actually, I do actually have a couple of people. Well, I have one at least. I actually have the Nightcore lab in this server, but people don't realise. Hence, that's why I'm unofficially affiliated with their channel in the server.
nice.
But people don't realise that because she's technically left Discord because of the controversy that I raised before.
That's cool.
Mm.
Did you meet that person before they blew up, or?
They were kind of early in the process of before they truly exploded.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Like they were on the low side of 500,000.
That's cool.
Now they're looking at present. They're looking at nearly 1.3.
That's awesome. On YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Do you talk to this person still? Or
Yeah.
you should make
Met them.
you should make like a collaboration Nightcore.
Yeah. I mean, kind of aimed to the point. I mean, they did. She's my best friend, hence why she's also another reason why she's on the server. She's the best friend I'm talking about. The one I really want to meet.
Go do it.
Hmm. Yeah, I will. I mean,
You know what's really funny, dude?
well,
So, my dad told me that I couldn't go to like a fucking concert, and this was like the only opportunity I could see them. He said no, right? But I took the car anyways and went. I really wanted to do it. I'm like, it's funny too. I went to Las Vegas. I took the car. Nothing
lost
bad,
the car.
dude. The only thing that happens is they try to lecture you, but what the fuck's gonna happen? They're not gonna kill you.
I mean, I was inspired by my grandparents because when I was younger to go and see the world.
You
Because
should.
they were always going on holidays abroad.
Mm-hmm.
Because they always going on like busman's holidays and river cruises and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And some of like five of the places I really want to go to is like it's like Australia, Sweden, Germany, America, Canada, South Africa. I'm trying to think, and also Japan. There's some of the places I really want to go to.
I actually want to go to Japan.
Those are the places those are the places I've almost decided I must go to at some point in my life.
Like that's your bucket list.
Essentially.
There you go, dude. Why don't you try doing something that you kind of enjoy just to get to that point? Like your YouTube. Promote the fuck out of your YouTube.
Yeah. I don't know if you know how hard it is to monetize on YouTube nowadays.
What do you mean?
1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours required a month.
I don't. Is it a month?
Per month. Minimum.
Just build up to it.
I've been at YT now for, well, since December 17. The 12th of December 2017. As in, that was one of my first videos uploaded. And yeah, back then nobody knew that I was doing it. I mean, my brothers and stuff cottoned on that I was making YT, but I didn't tell my parents, or my mother doesn't care about me, so I haven't told her about it. But I've mentioned it to my father, and well, so when I said mentioned about it, went a massive controversy wave. He sort of just like, what the hell? And he was questioned my email address, and I was like, that's the name of my YT YouTube channel. And it's like, what? And I'm like, surprise! Totally didn't need to find it this way, but yeah.
He doesn't want you doing YouTube?
He's very anti-social media entirely.
Dude, my dad's that way too. But fuck it, dude. Do that shit anyways.
No, my dad's to the
dude,
point
don't let him
of,
fucking stop you.
My dad's to the point of like, I don't care. It's the reason why I don't care what people say about me is because I'm not on it.
Well,
Yeah,
he actually does care what people think about it. He just, you know what's crazy? He doesn't want people to know his life, but I respect that shit from people. But if you don't want somebody to know something, you don't have to post it. Like you're in control of your shit. Like you don't have to post it.
I mean, to be honest, you found me actually because you found my Instagram.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I found you because you follow Discord. I go onto the Discord profile, and then I DM every single one of their followers until they block me. Yeah, every day.
Yeah, because you found that about the same time. Yeah, because you followed me. Well, I say follow me. You messaged me about the same time as I was posting all of the anime themed quotes, self-help quotes.
That's crazy.
Like, I think one of my favourite ones was this one from Silent Voice, saying that, you know, Silent Voice is about the story of the, I don't know if you ever watched it or not, but it's the one done by Kyoto Animation, of the girl who is deaf or partially, or got hearing problems, hence the hearing aids. And it's a guy who didn't understand when, you know, because she was a new kid in school.
Yeah.
In the school that he was at. And didn't understand her disability, so bullied her for it. And then they met up when they were adults. And when she messed up, she immediately thought, oh shit, here we go again. If you know what I mean.
Right.
whereas it was different that time. I've never watched it myself. I've only studied this from watching AVMs of it, in videos and stuff where people make animated AVM videos, essentially montages, but all based on the same. But it's all the same thing. But essentially, when they compress a story, the entire anime story into a song, that's an AVM basically. Well, it was, yeah, like that. Yeah, so and it was, the saying is something like, I didn't realise I was, it was like, the saying is something like, in fact, I'll find out later, or tomorrow or something, it's like, I didn't realise all along that it was me that couldn't hear. It's the saying, or something like that. Which, when you think about it, is kind of interesting to think, isn't it? When you think about it all along, because you take the story of the anime, and then when you think about that quote,
Right.
it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? And then the ones about Your Lie in April, it's like,
I don't know much about anime though.
no. But you can kind of vaguely work out the stories of them by looking at some of these quotes that people have written about them, summarizing, essentially, almost summarizing the story in about 10 words.
Right.
Yeah, like one of the Your Lie in April ones that I posted from memory is something like, the ones with the biggest smiles hide it the most. The ones with the prettiest eyes cried the most tears. But the kindest of hearts have felt the most pain.
Do you make like anime drawings and shit, like art? Like you draw or graph or like Photoshop or whatever?
I hand draw, illustrate.
You you just copy pictures, right? Hand draw?
From references, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I saw. That's cool. You should, dude. You should make your YouTube channel into like, the Nightcore and like drawings, like time lapse drawings and shit.
I was thinking that at one point. I was thinking of taking some of my existing drawings in hand-drawn form, and then tracing them in paint and tracing them digitally into paint whilst recording it and then time-lapsing it into a video.
Yeah, you should. Why don't you try it?
It's finding the time to do it.
I mean, you could be doing it now.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and
who gives a shit what your mom says? You're trying to get shit
honest,
done.
I agree with you. I mean,
you're trying to get shit done, man.
You heard how she treats me from when she spoke to me.
Yeah, that's fucked up. A parent shouldn't really talk, dude. Especially if they're 19 years old. Definitely not talk to your kid like that. I can understand if they're like 10, 12, that age, young. You're fucking 19 years old. The fuck kind of shit is that? Relationships, dude. Relationships with parents in that way is gonna get ruined.
And she says I have an attitude problem with her.
She starts it.
I
can already see it.
as far as I can tell, it works both ways. I fucking bent over backwards for years trying to, you know, keep a straight face to it.
It's fucked up.
As in, and even Dad's turned around and said to her at some point,
You know what I
it's like,
think it is?
He's fucking trying.
You know what I think it is?
Like,
So, when I was with my dad, this is what I get from my dad. So, when I was with my dad, I used to stay up all night, and he had to get up and go to work, right? I think they're jealous that you get to sit there and they have to wake up and go work. You know what I mean? Like, they just get mad because they wish they were young again and didn't have to work.
I mean, my mum don't work.
Why does she? I mean, does she want to work?
I mean, she met my father because she was the lifeguard and my grandmother kind of half set it up.
Oh, damn.
/ half they met. At the swimming pool that she lifeguarded at.
Oh, I'm drowning, help me. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it was a case of my grandmother started talking to her and then sort of ushered over, why don't you go talk to her, sort of thing, you know what I mean? And it was like, and then he turned around and said, I already did, I'm taking her out, bloody bloody blah. And it kind of rested history theoretically.
That's awesome.
As you can say.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I really feel like editing
You know what I was saying about talking about how I act when I talk to my best friend, who just so happens to be Lil / Nightcall Lab.
Yeah.
And how I react to when we're talking about it. As much as I'm not sure and we're just friends, and even once or twice she's turned around and called me brother, do you think that could be like a signs of a crush or something? Honestly.
If someone calls you a brother?
No. Of how I react when I'm talking with her. I just can't help but burst into giggle.
So you're asking me if you have a crush on her? I mean, I laugh at some people, but it doesn't mean I like them. Like,
No, but
I'm just having a
the thing
good
is,
time with them, you know?
people are saying I'm borderline obsessed with her as well. As in, I can't help but
Do you know what you're obsessed about?
Always end up mentioning her in any conversation I ever have with someone. And just I mean, her personality is like,
You just like how she is?
she's so sassy, sarcastic, lewd, straight up lewd. She's she's an anime fan like me. She's popular. She's the same age as me.
So, do you like her just because she's popular?
No. She's sarcastic. She's funny. We've been there for each other through thick and thin. Like, both of us having problems with not only our health, but family's health, or other issues that have occurred, or I mean, well,
You should,
and I've been thinking a lot about that sort of case of you do something that you like and you do something that you won't like. You do something that you like and that person just falls straight into your arms.
yeah, pretty much.
Well, she kind of did.
Okay.
But
But what does she think?
she's not interested. I mean,
That's
as
okay
far as
then.
I can tell, because she, like I said, she called me a brother rather than a friend or whatever. So
Then why
there's a
not
difference
just
between
why not
there's a
just be
difference
that then?
between there's a difference between friend zoning and then
You know what's funny? I actually
being called
don't
family.
believe in friend zone. You know what?
No, but there's a difference. There's a difference between being, quote unquote, friend zoning someone, and then there's friend zoning someone so tightly that you consider them family.
You know what's funny? I don't even believe in that shit.
Mm.
Like, if somebody says that and they really like enjoy you,
Mm-hmm.
like just play along with it, and then one day they might realize like how fucking awesome you are, and then they're gonna be like, I really like this. This might be a really good thing for me to try.
I've turned around and said to her
You can't rush
that
it.
I know I'm not rushing anything. I turned around and said to her, I'm like, because we're starting to get to that point, well, in my opinion, starting to get to that point in age and how close we are to each other and how long we've known for each other. Starting to get to that point that you start producing some bonds that end up being friends for life. And I turned around and asked her, like, do you think we would be one of those? And it was like, she turned around and went, personally, I don't know, because life is complicated and everything, but I guess. But the way that she said it, it almost sounded half reluctant. But when I say said, it was all in text. I've never once heard her voice.
Call her.
Well, I've never once heard her voice apart from when she called me once when she was fucking masturbating and all I could hear was her moaning.
What?
All I could hear for 96 seconds was a combination of fap and moan.
Interesting.
The only time she's ever called me, or we've ever had a voice chat between us.
Confusion.
Exactly.
What happened?
90 seconds later, she cut off.
She's like, bye. I gotta finish this. Pretty much.
Or it was probably starting to get messy.
Oh god. Oh my god, Will. What the fuck?
You can just picture that now, can't you?
What does this chick look like?
I'll send it, yeah. I'll send you an image of either for the only photo I have of her.
She said, the only photo? How do you know if it's real?
Because she sent it me directly.
Where's she from?
Sweden.
she's the Nightcore girl?
Hmm?
She's the night core.
Yeah. Nyquil lab.
Mm-hmm. Why do I feel like she looks so familiar?
Hmm?
Why does she look so familiar?
Don't know, since yeah, before.
I don't think so. Why does she have like the fucking sad lip?
Um, I think because it was, oh yeah, because that was she sent me it during autumn winter, and it was like, I missed the summer
Was it cold?
sort of thing.
Or she wanted to go to school?
It was cold. It was probably cold sort of thing. I mean,
Makes sense.
she said. I mean, we share a very. I mean, people have said we share a very cute relationship. People say is the fact that we don't spare. I mean, there is nothing is spared between us. I mean, she's blatantly turned around and told me that every 3 or so weeks she goes and gets full body waxing, as in complete body waxing from neck to toes.
Hmm.
As in, like, and I'm always. The first time I thought it was all like, what, so you're beach ready? And she was like, boy, I'm always beach ready.
What a dork.
I don't care if it's like -5 degrees out there. I will be on the fucking beach if I want to.
That's funny.
Mm. Yeah.
I like.
She's near what?
Sorry,
She's
go.
20 in She's 20 in November, but she's got the mind of a child. She's got the mind of a. She's got a mind. She's got the person. She's got, like, according to her, the mind of a child, and at the same time the personality of a filthy-minded 20-year-old as well. She's like she's got two. She's split personality.
Well, don't we all have that sometimes?
I suppose. That's probably why it's never really a dull moment whenever we're both in a good mood. We just sort of bounce off each other. Almost like a pair of twins.
Dude, that's exactly how life is.
Mm. How it
You just
should
fucking
be.
bounce off each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm.
Fuck, same with your parents. Just fucking bounce off them.
Just living with your parents, I just choose to ignore them.
I
I
mean, you should
they.
act like you're listening. You know what I mean? So they don't get pissed at you. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know when? Yeah, you know. Actually, just then when you told me my mum told me to turn it off. I literally just turned the screen off on my tablet and just dropped it on my chest. I don't fucking give a shit.
Just act like you're listening, and then say okay, and then they
And then
won't.
just roll straight over and grab it again.
I mean, pretty much.
It's basically what I was just waiting for. I just literally laid there flat. I'm literally just
Until she
lying here
left.
flat on my back. Just. One of the first things that he did actually is when she sodded off is I just grabbed it and I just shut the door again. Shut the door. I fucking hate her. been like this for years. And they're saying, and yeah, it's just like she treats you like that for so long. You just learn not to care about someone.
But you should do that with everybody.
Mm.
I mean, you should care for your parents.
I honestly don't with my mother.
You should care for them, but if they're negative and shit, then try to distance yourself a little bit.
I mean, there's distancing myself from them, and then there's a point of I'm no longer considered their son level distance.
That's fucked up.
Yet, I'm no longer consider them my. I no longer consider.
You know what? You should
yeah.
actually tell them that.
Mm,
You should. So shit changes.
no, but they would just get up in a massive argument. She'll call it.
Fuck
It
it.
would just get into an argument between us two. She'll cool down, and it'll just fucking. He'll come for it. Whenever anything happens. I love this. This is instant.
She calls your dad for backup.
I'm not joking. She starts an argument with me, so I start stating the true facts, and it's like, oh no, don't talk to me like that. Runs off to grabs her phone.
So she's insecure. Makes sense.
Pretty much like that.
Fuck it, dude.
I tell her how it is, and she goes, oh no, no.
Good. She needs it. Dude, is that your full blood mom?
What? What she was saying?
Is that your full blood mom?
Yeah. Full
Interesting.
biological.
Interesting.
And I mean, I've told her for years she doesn't feel like, I swear it should. I mean, I was told her for years growing up as a child, I just feel like she's an adopted mother. In fact,
Dude, I wish
when I was
parents would
younger-
actually listen to their kids.
when I was younger, I actually created an imaginary mother in my head of what, if it was true, what my real mother would have looked like and treated me like. But I can't remember what she looked like now. My imaginary mother.
Imaginary
I'll tell you
mother?
what,
What?
You know, like, I don't know if you've ever had an imaginary friend.
No.
Well, I had an imaginary mother because I was that convinced when I was younger that I was adopted by Mum, my mother, who is my real mother, that I created my own imaginary mother in my head of what I believed my real mother would have been.
Interesting. You should talk to her then. Be like, Mom.
Mm.
Mhm.
And to be honest, I wish if I remembered her, remembered what she looked like, I would have described kind of what she looked like to you, but I don't know if it would have made any sense.
Hmm.
But I could tell by, I kind of remember though the way that she would have quote unquote treated me,
Nice.
which would have been the same, which would have been, well, basically it would have been the same as a stereotypical mother. You know, so caring, loving, supportive, everything you'd expect stereotypically from a mother of a young child.
So you're saying they're not
Just
supportive at all
cuddles
towards
and-
you?
well, growing up, that's what I imagined. But to be honest, it's never felt that way.
Do shit your way though.
That just reminds me of what my father mentioned to me earlier.
Yeah, dude. Just do shit your way.
No, it reminds me. No, what I just said reminded me of what my father said to me earlier.
What happened?
I'm helpless because I don't let people help me. So I am helpless.
Well, he's a fucking piece of shit. What the fuck? Who would ever say that to their kid? What the fuck?
I'm sure he probably didn't mean it the way that I interpreted it as, but he did also
Well,
drinks, and he was also angry because.
That's probably why he said it,
because
because he doesn't know how to control his emotions, and then he takes everything out on other people because something happened.
Well, there was one about work. Also, he has also a lot of other issues with work, and won't go into that. Like the fact that he needs to make 72 working hours, stretch from 2 to 3 staff members, stretch over something like 108. Now I'm not a genius, but something tells me like that can't be done.
72?
You try and make 72 hours stretch over 100.
What do you mean?
So as in working hours in a shift, in a working week.
So 72 hours in a week?
So work shift hours. So 8 hours a day.
Depends what job you have.
5 days a week. So 8 times 5.
I work 11.
Yeah, but I'm trying to work out what he was saying and stuff. Essentially, he has 2 members of staff. They have a 5/7 work week. If you understand what I mean, so 5 days of work and out the 7. But he only just has enough staff to man the school that he works at during school times. As in the times the students there and say any after school activities. On Monday to Friday is all he really has staff for. Or capacity of staffing hours. And yet the school, the way they earn some revenue is they are as a public, almost leisure facility where you book out the equipment now, like the fields, the swimming pool, the gyms, etc. For private companies and bookings, that also requires staffing from the school. But you can't do that if you don't have the staff there, because you know what I mean. Don't you?
Of course. I get you.
So he has issues like that because he can't get the staff hired or keep the staff because...
So it's his?
They all sod off.
It's his, right?
He is the site manager, which means he manages the maintenance and premises and that sort of thing. So essentially he looks after the land and the buildings. Not the school. He deals with maintenance.
Just make sure everything's going okay.
But apart from but it's like so many other things, and it's like then family and I don't understand myself. I'm probably confusing. I'm confusing myself talking about it because I don't understand it. I'm probably confusing you.
It's okay. crazy.
I'm literally just. I'm wrapped up in my blanket right now, but I'm also got my thicker bed sheet slash duvet, and I'm just hugging it like it's someone or a body pillow or something. I don't know. I'm just lying here, hugging it.
Why?
I don't know. It's something I've done for at least a good few years.
You're just lonely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay to be like, are you alone as in what, like, relationship wise or friend wise?
Probably both.
I mean,
And
why do you want a relationship? You don't need a relationship now, do you? You don't need it.
I know I don't mean it. Anytime someone's mentioned this before, in fact I mentioned it to someone and they just turned and said, well, why don't you just go and have a one-night stand with someone? I'm like, hell the fuck no. Because for me, that goes against everything that I stand for in the forms of loyalty. You know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah, sure. Everybody nowadays seems to be believing in the whole fucking fuck off. You know what I mean? Or so I've seen by
like one night
or so I've seen
stands?
by other guys. Yeah.
Well, not everybody's like that.
That's what I've seen starting to develop and growing at the moment around in my area. One of my friends in.
You want to know why most people, like, they kind of do that?
Mm-hmm.
They think that they're never, ever, ever going to find anything. Like, people want, like, the perfect fucking life, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But for me, I mean, sure. I mean, I probably would do. I'm not probably doing that. Technical marriage, but it would have to be probably with the one that I'd probably end up being with. Or at least for a long period of time, if it's what I mean. I think one of my issues are probably just stemmed from loneliness and feeling like I've been abandoned by everyone.
You haven't been abandoned.
No one
though.
feeling like they've been feeling like no one's cared about you or anything.
Dude, you can hit me up anytime.
To be honest, I'm just scared for alone, to be honest, because, you know, all the cards, to me, all the cards in the world are turned around when I'm on my own. And then I have to use this grayscale and black and white. But when I'm with anyone, I mean, when I'm with some of my friends, I look up and it's like the night sky just seems so delicate, like it's almost like a wet painting. As in, if you reach up and touch it, you'd smudge it and you'd ruin it. Whereas with Lil, for example, it looks so beautiful and magical. Like, you look up and you don't believe it's real. But you
But
just
it
can't
is.
help but
But you're alive.
you just can't help but not look at it.
You should be a photographer.
You just you know what I mean by how I'm trying to describe it. It's in
It looks fake.
it looks so good and so real that you don't think it is real.
But it is.
Yeah. And you just don't want to look away because you fear if you blink, it'll vanish in front of you. And I swear that everybody has... It's essentially, when you look at it, it's the same night sky. But when you think about it with someone, or you look at it with someone, or you think about someone as you look at it, it looks different. Like, I've known some people, and it's just all one colour, or I look at someone else and it's just, think of someone else and it just clouds over entirely. Or in case of other people, it just starts throwing it down with rain or even storms. You could understand what I'm trying to say in the analogy, can't you?
Of course. You love analogies, don't you? I've noticed that. You put like everything in an analogy.
I struggle with explaining.
It's not-
I try and think,
It's not a bad thing.
so I try.
Just something I've noticed.
So I try and So I try and generate images of inside people's heads.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah.
Because one analogy might spark something, you know what I mean?
Mm.
I use some of my quotes. Or when I'm talking to people.
Mm. Yeah, like the next time you look at the night sky, think of someone and see how it changes.
What changes? The sky?
Just how the sky appears.
You want to see what I'm looking at right now?
Hmm?
You want to see what I'm staring at right now? Dude. It makes me realize like how fucking lucky I am.
Hmm.
I'll send you a picture. God, my internet's fucking slow.
Nice fucking stars eyes, man.
Some places I can't even get anything.
That's our internet at home.
Holy crap. Why does your picture come through and mine's still loading?
I don't know. But, yeah. That's shit.
There you go.
That's actually kind of good. Nice.
I mean, I wish it was higher quality because there's mountains in the background.
Mm.
Like, I wish you could actually see what I'm looking at.
True. I bet it's real nice.
Yeah. Pictures kind of help. I mean, if I had a badass camera, then yeah, but my phone isn't badass. Just good enough to be dangerous.
Yeah, but it's not bad. I mean,
Dude, all the
I've seen
YouTube
worse
videos
than
I
that
make is
sometimes.
my phone.
Yeah, my brother in it before my brother got his PC, he originally uploaded from his phone.
Yeah, my phone records in 4K, so that's all I need, honestly. Like, I just need
Only I honestly, I think the YouTube Stories system is so fucking retarded. The YouTube Stories don't come available to you until you have 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think people would actually grow more if everybody could use it, you know?
Well then, it'd be so much better if that the whole YouTube Stories would have been open to everyone. Also, if you heard that they've shut down the YouTube messages as well.
Like the groups?
They apparently did that back.
Wait, like the little group I was sending people?
Yeah, they shut down YouTube Messenger.
What? You're kidding. You are kidding. Interesting. I don't know what happened. Hello? Hello?
Hi, do you want to play Minecraft?
I can't right now.
Oh, are you driving?
Yeah.
Oof. What would happen if you would just play on your laptop while you were driving?
I would die. Or
Really?
Or my character would not be moving and I would just be standing there.
Like, you know how you're not supposed to like text and be on your phone while you drive?
You just see someone on their laptop.
Yeah. I wonder if someone's ever done that.
Dude, I see people all the time reading the newspaper, doing their makeup, reading a book, texting, eating. I mean, I eat when I drive, but
Yeah, eating's not big of a deal.
what is the worst? I think the worst thing I've seen, somebody was reading a book.
Like, freaking actually reading.
Yes,
You have to focus to read a book.
exactly. Like a literal fucking book.
Did they look like they were enjoying themselves?
I'm like, how the fuck can you look back and forth at, like, the fuck? You're fucking stupid. And a newspaper. Who fucking reads a newspaper these days, though? Do you?